Hello and welcome to Turf Morehouse TV. Now, this video is going to be for the World Cup final. And as I'm seeing on my screen, Iker Casillas, the former Spain goalkeeper, is bringing the World Cup trophy to the platform. Surprised to see him holding it. However, welcome to everyone in the chat. Welcome to everyone that has come along. I have tried to be editing. I've even forgot to upload two things that I needed to upload because I'm an idiot. However, I am going to make sure I get them uploaded right now. I've not even had time to go for a wee. I've not had time to do anything because I've been trying to make sure I get all these edits done and just properly for you guys here. Thank you very much anyway for the love and support. Stick with us. We are going to bring you all the action from this World Cup final, and I can't wait. It is Argentina versus France, and it should be a good one. We are Turf Morehouse TV. I am Dan, if you haven't met me before, so hi to your fine selves. And also, we are on social media if you want to check us out. So you can find us on all these social platforms. And if you legends could do us a massive favor, as well as check us out on all social media, please do. If you're wherever you're watching us, we are live on 3 platforms today. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube as per usual. But please drop a like on this video via YouTube or via your favorite platform. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching us on YouTube as well. That does help. And give us a follow on Facebook and Twitch. But hit that notification bell. As I said, most of these are in terms of YouTube, but please do, and you'll be notified when we next go live. So thank you very much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. As you can see there, it is the World Cup final. Is Lionel Messi going to be able to sign off with a World Cup to his name? Is he going to be able to manage it? It looks like it's going to be his final World Cup. The players are in the tunnel, and Mbappe will be wanting to add to his tally. Even as a young lad, he will still be wanting to add some trophyware to the cabinet while he still can. I mean, he's already won. He already got it last year. Not last year, at last World Cup. France are obviously the holders. I think it'll be the first time in a long time that a holding people have won it back to back, if I'm not mistaken. So France will be looking to attempt to do that. A couple of stats before I get into the comments with you guys. Messi is today to become the all-time record holder for most games played at the World Cup with 26, overtaking Lothar Matthäus, who had 25. Messi, who is 35 years old and 177 days, is the third outfield player to captain a side in a World Cup final aged 35 plus. In a World Cup final, yes. So Niels Leidenholm for Sweden in 1958 and Giovanni van Bronckhorst, the recently sacked manager of Rangers, played for Netherlands in 2010. But both of their players lost their respective finals. So is this stat set to be broken? France's Hugo Lloris will become the first goalkeeper to make 20 appearances at a World Cup. And he'll be the second oldest player to ever captain a side in terms of goalkeeper. The younger one only than Italy goalkeeper Dino Zoff in 1982. They're competing in Argentina in their 6th World Cup final with only Germany participating in more. They're looking to win the trophy for a 3rd time along with 78 and 86. But defeat would see them with the joint most World Cup final losses in history, which is 4, which would take them level with Germany. France have reached the World Cup final for a 4th time, all since 1998, when they obviously held it. 98, 2006, 2018, and obviously now in 2022. This is twice as many as any other nation in this period. Le Bleu, the reigning champions, are looking to become only the 3rd nation to win back-to-back World Cups after Italy in 34 and 38 and Brazil in 58 and 62. So like I say, it has been a long time. This will be the 4th World Cup meeting between Argentina and France. Argentina have won 2 of their previous 3. But overall, this will be the 13th meeting between Argentina and France in all competitions. We'll bring you some stats as the game goes on as well. Would like to get into the comments as the players are on the pitch and they are set. They are doing the national anthem. So let's see what you guys are saying. Let's have a look. Talk is in the chat. He says, big up, Dan. Big up to yourself, Talk. Football versus Cancer. Fantastic channel. Please do go check that out and show your support. As I say, a charity channel doing the biz for cancer, which is always something that I think should be promoted in terms of trying to defeat it. Henry's in as well, says, afternoon all. Do you want to hear something fun? Did a live late last night just to get a feel of it all. And when I had finished and came out the stream, I'd realised it was on the wrong channel. Oh dear, oh dear. To be fair, it happens to us all. Because I had 2 channels connected. I don't have the buttons like Chris, but but like I say, things like that happen. Stream Elements bots running. Yay. Brad is in. He says, howdy, Dan. Hope you're well, mate. I'm all right. I'm recovering from a chest infection, but all is well. Niall says, here we go. Ayam says, Argentina should win the final match. I did predict Argentina to win it ahead of the tournament starting, so I have to say that I want Argentina to beat France. Chris says, I dislike both teams, but I'd rather France win. I don't get English people wanting Argentina to win. I don't want them to win for a lot of reasons. Chris also says, Argentina, France 1-1. France to win on penalties and Messi to miss his penalty. Ooh, gutting. But you never know. Nate says, morning, afternoon, Dan. Well, wherever you are, and as Nate is out at the opposite end of the world in America, morning, afternoon to yourself as well, Nate. Henry says there, exactly, Dan. I feel all right, Mag. But no, it's like I say, we all do it. It happens to us all. Right, let's have a look at the teams then. It's a 4-4-2 for Argentina. Emiliano Martinez plays in goal. Nicolas Tagliafico, Christian Romero, Nicolas Otamendi, Nahul Molina, Angel Di Maria, Rodrigo De Paul, Alexis McAllister, the Brighton midfielder, Enzo Fernandez, Julian Alvarez, the Man City man, and captain Lionel Messi. Lionel Scaloni is the youngest coach in this World Cup. I think the youngest coach to manage a World Cup final, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it should be a very strong lineup from Argentina. Looking at the French team then, Hugo Lloris as captain between the sticks, Rafael Varane, Jules Koundé, Theo Hernandez, Dayo Upamecano, Antoine Griezmann, who's played really, really well in this tournament, Aurelien Tchouameni, Adrien Rabiot, Olivier Giroud, Kylian Mbappe, and Ousmane Dembele. It's a 4-1-2-3 for the French. And like I say, I think when you look at Antoine Griezmann, he's basically got a free role. He has a free role to do what he likes. And yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad one. Henry says there, good win for Burnley yesterday, though. Cracking win for Burnley. It was needed. It was needed. I'll give you that. But you know, can I say top of the league at officially Christmas #1. Messi, like I say, making his 26th World Cup appearance. Players are in position. We are set to get this final underway. Just awaiting the referee's whistle. Rene, hope you are well watching on our Twitch feed. Appreciate that, mate. Hope all is good. We are about to get underway. Antoine Griezmann has the ball in the middle of the park. The referee just chin wagging with Olivier Giroud. Whistle to his mouth. And the referee blows the whistle. We are underway in this World Cup final. France kicking from right to left. Argentina kicking from left to right. Get your predictions in. Let us know who you are going for. That's the whole reason we're doing it, Rene. That's the whole reason we're doing it. We are going to find out who will win. I predicted Argentina before a ball were kicked, as I said. So I'm going to back who I backed in the beginning and say Argentina. But there's a reason France are the World Cup holders. They're not a team you can write off. I say, let us know what you're going for, who you predict. Who is going to take home the World Cup trophy? Is Lionel Messi going to get his chance? Or is it going to be returning to the Le Bleu of France? See what I did there? See what I did? Lyrical genius. Nate's gone for 2-1 Argentina. Not bad, not bad. Rene's gone 4-0 Argentina. Messi hat-trick and Di Maria. Wow. Big scoreline. Big scoreline for a final. But you never know. You never know. This is going to be the 11th World Cup final composed between a South American and European nation. South American sides have lifted the trophy on 7 of those previous 10 occasions. However, Argentina are responsible for 2 of the 3 such defeats for South American teams, while France are responsible for the other 3. Didier Deschamps is looking to become only the second manager to win 2 separate World Cups. Messi, as I said, becomes the record breaker for all-time record holder for games played at the World Cup. And it could be set to be his last. Messi's final World Cup appearance in his 26th. Argentina come forward. Messi has it. It's played to the edge. It's in there for Alvarez. And saved by Hugo Lloris. Now, I don't know what channel people are watching it on because it is live on BBC and on RTV. I suppose it depends which one you want to watch, but you'll probably be getting the same coverage throughout. Rennie says it's coming home for Argentina. Well, who knows? Who knows? Three minutes on the clock. Messi has been fouled. I think that's Upamecano, who's rised above Lionel Messi, but sort of. Oh, come on, Messi. You've dealt with a header and then gone down. That's poor from you. I expected better from you, to be fair. Scandalous. What's everybody's been thinking, actually, of stuff like the, things like the officiating, VAR in this tournament? What's people's thoughts on that? Because for me, I think VAR has been a little bit skeptical. Officiating, you've had 2 or 3 dodgy referees. It's been a bit of a weird one, hasn't it? Naz is in. Naz is in the chat. He says, "Hi Dan, chat room. Hope everyone is well. Hope you are well, Naz." He says, "Vive la France, allez le bleu." 3-1 to the French. Brad says VR on the refs have been about as much use as a chocolate teapot on a warm day. I'd have to agree. Have to agree. I'll say I just find it. I'm fed up of bots coming in. That does me head in. People saying hi to each other. Hope everyone is well. Nate says, for the majority of the games, I think the officiating has been fine, but the bad refs have been really bad. I suppose VAR was always going to be a struggle in this World Cup because there was referees that don't even, in their own respective countries, don't even have VAR. So to basically come in and just learn the way of it. I mean, I don't even think the referees that do have VAR understand VAR. So there is also that. If you're wondering, obviously it is Christmas in the Turf Morehouse household. So the flags that were behind me, obviously when the kids come back from school with numerous amount of Christmas cards and nowhere to put them, we had to make a sacrifice. But it doesn't make or break the channel. We're here bringing you the live, and that is the main thing. I was going to do the live. I do apologise because I was going to do the watch along for the Burnley Borough game yesterday, and I wasn't feeling too clever in the afternoon. So I just sat and watched it. I had the duvet on the sofa and just watched in comfort. But it was good. It was good. Good game for the Clarets. Rene says, what channel is it on, Dan, so I can watch it on my phone? It's on BBC One or RTV. Argentina come forward. Messi sprays a ball out wide. Angel Di Maria, can he get the better of Ousmane Dembele? Griezmann comes over to help. Can Argentina carve something up? And Di Maria gets it towards the edge. Takes a shot. Gets a deflection from Rafael Varane. It was a bit of a weird one. The ball's come towards the edge of the box. He's looking for Messi's DePaul. I think he's shot, actually. But Rafael Varane stood in front of Messi and it's come off his shin and gone out for a corner. So the Argentinians have a chance from this set piece. Messi stood over it. Brad says, all this hype over the final, 0-0's going to happen. Messi stood over it. Can he get a good ball in? It's a low one. Doesn't even beat the first man. He gets it back, though. Can he beat Griezmann? He's still got it, even though he couldn't get past him. He's managed to turn. DePaul whips a ball in. Header up. It's still in there. Pinball in the box. Punched away. It's on the edge. Messi to somebody else. Referee pulls it back and says foul on the keeper. I don't know what's happened there. I'm not sure what's gone on there. So it's not a penalty. Someone went down in the box, but then keeper comes out. It's Christian Romero, who just has no intention of winning the ball. Literally just goes whack straight into Larissa's chest as he's trying to come out and collect. Lucky not to receive a card there. I think probably Larice will be okay. I think it's just a case of being a little bit winded. I'm sure he will be all right momentarily. Doug's in the chat. Hope you're well, Doug. Hope you are well, Douglas. Hope everything is good with your fan self. Nate says hi to everyone. Brad says hi to everyone. Henry says it's raining here. Yeah, it's raining here too. Not yet raining goals in this one, but yet we are just approaching the 10-minute mark, so probably not to be expected. Nate says, I was only here for the decorations. Boo, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I've not even had my dinner. The missus came back. She got me a Tesco meal deal. I'm going to try and smash that at half time, I think. A little bit late, and the fact that I'm meant to be having a roast dinner afterwards, but each to their own. Rene says Messi might break World Cup goals. Yeah, he could finish World Cup top goal scorer as well. Rene says, do you think Messi will break Diego Maradona's World Cup goals? What's the difference? I'm not entirely sure of what the difference is. If you want to go watch the game, Rennie, go watch the game. Honestly, don't matter. I just hope it doesn't turn into black. Yeah, it's not worse than black ass. When there's black ass on the roads and on the pavements. So I'm glad that the school runs over because we don't have to deal with that as well now. No, sod it. I'm just going to eat while we laugh. Bugger it. Brad said, did she get money's worth with that meal deal? Well, I didn't get asked what I wanted. I just got what I was given. But I do have pulled beef and red Leicester. So at least I've got a bit of Leicester in there for you, Brad. Then we've gone retro on the crisps. Squares. And then just to finish it off, a Pepsi Max with Mason Mount's face on it. Mrs. I usually buy the breakfast triple sandwiches. Well, I'll tell you what, the Christmas one that they brought out is really nice. The Christmas one that they brought out, it was like turkey, cranberry stuffing, bacon. Really, really good. France coming forward. But Emi Martinez is out to collect. Mbappe trying to get a bit of a run in there behind Otamendi. Or behind Romero, sorry, who manages to deal with that. Nate says, I was talking the other day about all the warm weather. And it was -2 Friday night. It is bloody cold now, isn't it? It is getting very cold. It's very end-to-end, very open game. Argentina, are coming forward. Messi has it. Oh, Argentina nearly had a chance. He's offside. I think that's offside. It will be pulled back, I think. And it is. The flag is up. Good ball by Messi, to be fair. But Di Maria is 100% offside. Brad says there, Southgate's love child. Boo. Nice deal. Emma says, yeah, I agree, Dan, but the prices for sandwiches, yeah, that's true. "14 minutes gone. It is still 0-0. Ball at the back with Argentina. I'd have to say Argentina have played the best yet in this one. They are really going for it. It's just whether they burn out. France might like to soak up this pressure. How's everyone's weekend been? What's everyone been up to this weekend? Let us know in the chat. Let us know what you've been up to this weekend. Let us know what you've got planned over the festive period. I know tonight me and Kate are off to do the card run, drive around family and friends and drop cards off, and then I'm going to be pretending to be a bit like Eminem. And I only say that because I don't know whether Kate's got this podcast on upstairs, and if my little girl sat with her, I can't mention about the, what happens in regards to gifts, trees, etc. Emily says, I normally make my own sandwiches, but every now and then I treat myself to a shot. Hey, you can't beat it. This one's got some sort of chutney with it. It says it's on onion bread. What the heck's onion bread? There's definitely like a chutney to it. Oh, it's barbecue sauce. Pulled beef in barbecue sauce with red Leicester cheese, caramelized onions, and mayonnaise in onion bread. It's not bad. Emmy says, how is Enzo Fernandez doing? Well, bit quiet. A bit quiet, to be fair. France do have a free kick in a very, very, very dangerous position. Antoine Griezmann. Can he float across in there? And if Giroud would have scored, I think it would have been ruled out anyways. He literally pummels one of the Argentinian players to the ground as he jumps over him to get to the header. It's Angel Di Maria. And doesn't get to it. Brad says, Crimbo cold, mate. 3 weeks into it. I go away Tuesday, so I better feel better about it. I'm sure the Sierra Centaurs will see to that, mate. I'm sure it will. Nate says, playing basketball, watching sports, and procrastinating my final paper. You're going to smash it, Nate. You're going to absolutely smash it, pal. Absolutely smash the hell out of it. That says, let them play Argentina because we've got the Ministry of Defense, Rafael Varane. They'll get tired soon. Then France will cause, pardon me, will cause mayhem. Do apologise. Sometimes it gets the better of us, does that? Henry says, I saw my sister yesterday and she gave me a Christmas present card, but I will just buy a bottle of Baileys to celebrate on my own. Can't beat a good bottle of Baileys, to be fair. And I said, didn't I? I can't say too much in case it was on upstairs. The referee's given a pen. I didn't know what was going to happen there, to be fair, so, which is why I never said anything until the pen came about. But Argentina had the ball, really. I thought, he's cut in. Is he going to be able to do anything here? Di Maria cuts into the box. Denver. Oh, nah. No chance. No chance. I'm sorry, that's not a pen. That's not a pen. It's not your fault that you can't get your feet out the back, out of the way of somebody. I don't think that's a pen. You guys in the chat let me know, but I don't think that's a pen. And Mrs. Afternoon, Brad says, what do you mean, Dan? Santa and his elves do Christmas presents. Of course they do. He says, Liverpool, I suppose they're going to buy him in the jam window. Wow. Everyone's saying hi. Messi from the spot. It's not even been reviewed. It's not even been reviewed. Okay, so hope everyone is well and ready for Christmas. Once Santa's wrapped everything, I will be more chill. 100%. Messi from the spot against Lloris. Sends him the wrong way. Sends him the wrong way. And it's 1-0 to Argentina in this World Cup final. Of course, the camera will pick out Messi's misses. All the Argentinian players run over to Messi and literally bombard him and team huddle him. But it is 1-0 to Argentina. Henry says, Merry Christmas to you, Dan, Kate, and chat, and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to yourself, Henry. Merry Christmas to yourself. Nate says, according to the American commentator, everything's a yellow, everything's a pen. So I just mute them. Looks all right, that. Like it? Are you happy with it? Sorry to break off. Kate's just come down to give me a sort of look at my new coat. It's just arrived. I did hear the door go. It looks nice. Yeah. I think it looks nice. Is it comfy? Yeah. Oh, it's nice. It's a good one as well, isn't it? Trespass. And you seem to do that, don't you, on people's grounds while you're going looking for mines and stuff with your dad? Just trespass everywhere, so... Yeah, no, it's nice. You'd be able to wash that one as well if it gets like dirty and stuff, won't you? No, it looks good. Thank you for the impromptu. No, thank you for the impromptu. What's it? Catwalk. Is it? Back to football. Argentina are 1-0 up, by the way. Henry says, what do you want for Christmas, Dan and Kate? Well, Kate's just treated herself to a court, so she's happy. Let me get that score updated at the bottom, by the way, because Argentina are 1-0 up. And it was Messi from the penalty spot. For me, I didn't think it was a pen. I didn't think it was a pen. You guys may say different. Let me know. I'm not here to argue. We've all got an opinion. I was talking about that comment actually, Emily, the other night with last night with some friends. Well, they were saying about how one of my mates was like, "Oh, I'll be happy with some slippers, some socks, maybe some new boxers." But and some, I think it was some aftershave or something like that. And I'd mentioned, I went all basically. They've gone with, they've got older slippers, socks, boxers, or some nice clothing or whatever. I'm like, can I have either the PS5 or an Xbox Series X or a bike? And they were all like, "Oh look, Danny still thinks he's like 5, 10-year-old." You don't ask, you don't get, right? Don't ask, you don't get. Nate says, I'd have to see it again. There was only one replay from a bad angle. Oof. Tell you what, Argentina are going down old in the face a lot. Although that one I can understand why. Theo Hernandez and Messi clattered into each other there. At full pelt. The Missy says, I bought a new coat and some boots from boots from me to me. I needed them, those. My others was badly made and had a huge tear in it. I don't want anything. I just want my family to have a good Christmas. That's what it's about, isn't it? It's not about the gifts you get. It's not about what you receive. It's about, the people you're with and the times that you have. And we're lucky to have that, I suppose. In other countries, not many do. Kate says it's not really a gift, just a necessary item. Yeah, true. B. Martin, how are you? I am good, mate. I am good. Hope you are well. Emma says we'll need necessities. Brad to close is in. It says Merry Christmas, Dan. Here you go. We're back and a controller. Don't say I never get you anything, mate. There he is. Brad to close. Argentina have another corner. 28 minutes on the clock. And it's 1-0 in this final. With 12 goals and 8 assists, Lionel Messi's 20 goal involvements are the most of any player on record at the World Cup, and that's from 66 onwards. some of the players we've seen, in our lifetime, I look at it now and I think, I've had Ronaldo, Messi, myself, Ronaldinho, David Beckham, Zinedine Zidane, Andrea Pirlo, Iniesta, Xavi, the original R9. I missed a hell of a load of names off there, but players like that people will only know now in time for silky moves and trying to play fancy football. But these are players that always did dirty work as well as being sort of like ahead of their time with their skill set. Hemi says, I would like Tories out of government, disband monarchy, Harry and Meghan, King and Queen, and Jeremy Clarkson banned from social media and peace on earth for Christmas. Not a lot then. Not a lot. Mate says Diego Forlan was the first footballer I was a fan of. Is that when he was at United? Or was that prior to United? See, I was a big fan of. I had players like Yap Stam. Yap Stam were up there for me. I'm trying to think who else there was. Either way, Yap Stam was one of the main ones. I'll give you that. No, just a little slither. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Brad says, question, when is it acceptable to start saying, fuck it, it's Christmas? January, mate. January. Argentina coming forward again. Ball floated into the box. I'll tell you something. When Argentina come forward, they press very, very high. Brad says Casey Keller and Emil Heskey for me. Big fans of them pair growing up. I think Heskey were at Leicester when I had my my first ever Premier League sticker book. I did like players like David Unsworth. Sorry, not David Unsworth. Duncan Ferguson. In this final, 5 attempts for Argentina, 2 on target. Don't even bother asking about France because they've had 0-0. Poor from them. Second half, definitely going to have to find something different to change this one. and try and put their own stamp on it. I think France know full well that Argentina are going to literally fire everything at them. And it's just a case of getting that one lucky counter. But pardon me, making it count. That's what France need to do. They need to make it count. Henry's gone to make a cheese and ham sandwich. Not wrong with that. "35 minutes gone. 10 of normal time to be played." Emi Martinez clears. Argentina are away here. It's played to the back stick. Is this two? It is. Oh, my word. Angel Di Maria has got on the score sheet. Fantastic by Argentina. Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. The move was sensational. Not so much the goal, but the build-up to it was phenomenal. French piled on the pressure. Dembele kept the ball in, played the ball over the top, cleared into the centre. One touch passing by just 3 or 4 players. Ball played into the back stick. Di Maria only had to get a little bit of elevation on it. Great pass by Messi. Alexis McAllister will get the assist, but Angel Di Maria gets on the score sheet. It's 2-0 to Argentina. And there's not much Hugo Lloris could do with that. Di Maria is in tears. Di Maria is in tears. Because, everyone's talking about Messi. Everyone's talking about Messi being his final World Cup. This could potentially be Di Maria's final World Cup as well. He's knocking on a bit now. How old is he? Let's have a look. I'm sure Angel Di Maria's late 30s. He's 34. He's 34. So, this well could be his final chance at World Cup glory as well. Nate says, I became a fan of the game late. The Zinedine Zidane headbutt was one of my first memories of the sport. Well, good that. Do remember that. France-Italy final. I don't think there's been ever a greater camera shot of just Zinedine Zidane like unwrapping something from his hand, walking past the trophy and heading down the tunnel. It was mad. Brad says Arsenal sell Giroud, they win the 2018 World Cup. Arsenal sell Martinez, Argentina look set to win this World Cup. Can't they sell Saka this summer, please? Nas says Messi. Just the guy is phenomenal, isn't he? To pick out that pass. Messi is marked by 2 French players in the build-up to that goal. And I'm not being funny. He just literally sticks out a foot and hits it off the back end of his boot. Oh, back end, sorry. Outside of his boot. Fans Alexis McAllister, and he's just a way to be able to play the ball into Giroud. Finish the move as cool as you like. France have it all to do at 1-0. You'd like to say, France do still have a chance, but at 2-0, France really, really, really need to get out of the blocks now. They can't sit back and soak up pressure anymore. They'd be stupid if they did. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for free. Put your money away. France looked tired. France looked tired. They're not even getting close to Argentina. It's almost like a one-sided final in a sense. Excluding 0-0 draws, the team that scored first has gone on to lift the trophy in 9 of the last 10 World Cup finals. The only exception was in 2006 when France went 1-0 up with a penalty from Zinedine Zidane before losing that final in a shootout. Argentina, however, have lost just one of their previous 46 World Cup matches in which they've opened the scoring, which, funnily enough, was against Saudi Arabia in this World Cup. 40 minutes gone, and France are having to make 2 substitutions, and Giroud and Dembele are coming off. Thuram and Kolo Muani are making their way onto the pitch. But 2-0 down in a final, and 40th minute, Didier Deschamps knows he's got to do something. He has to. He has to. It's do or die in a final. Do or die. The missus says, bit behind, but you don't want much, do you, Daniel? Your gift list doesn't come cheap. You may need to get yourself on Comroad. And James is in. Hope you're well, fella. Tagliafico is fouled. He says, all Argentina. It is, mate. The Lusail Stadium is in for a treat. France look knackered. Don't look like they've got outgoing for them, to be fair. Well, Argentina coming forward again. Di Maria has it. Far side. Can he get the run of Jules Koundé? Nah, he hesitates a little bit. And loses it. And it's a goal kick to the French. Oh, glad you're good, mate. Glad you're good. Brad says, gifts for me are more about the effort and thought behind them than the expense of them. Yeah, like sometimes you get like these personal gifts and obviously that have got your name on. And people like say, oh, well, it's just a bit of something. But I remember like the first gift Kate ever got me, and I think we were only talking at the time. And she got me a shot glass that said something like "Happy Birthday, Daniel" on it. And it was just a thought, because I was like, oh, wow, like she didn't really have to do that, but she did. And yeah, I really appreciated it. Pardon me. I need to stop drinking that Pepsi. It's gassing me up. "44 minutes gone. A minute left of this first half. Argentina absolutely all over France. Who is this ref? He looks like like Malcolm Meatball Head. Looks like he's been. Looks like if Lee Judges from the Arsenal channel had been on steroids. Missy says there. Anyhow, feel free to sub and give a thumbs up if you haven't already. Really do appreciate that. Yes, please do. As I say, we are trying to achieve 1K by the end of the season, which would be fantastic. But I'm just great to have you all and all your support. But she does add there, it's the time of giving and it costs nothing. It is that time of giving at Christmas. So why not? Why not give us a subscription? It costs no, as she says. So subscribe to the channel if you could. We have hit the 45th minute, and there is 7 additional minutes added on. 7. Brad says the French think they're in a battle of Waterloo again. Kate says agree, Brad, but sometimes something could be within your means, or maybe not in your means. Sorry. Kate says I've bought you many personalised gifts over the years, but I don't get Burnley's 3rd shirt. I have to see what Father Christmas brings you, won't you? Chris says, yeah, my prediction out of the window. James says here, Di Maria is like a man possessed. He's having a real game. That's it sometimes in a final as well, though, James. And to everyone else in the chat, players that might not have been on form all tournament come to a final and they just want it so much more. It's about having that belief in your own ability, isn't it? And also having the gal to back it up. Oh, I did put that. I said Argentina to win at the beginning of the tournament. I'm not being funny, but things like this are stupid. Things like that, what DePaul's just done, are stupid. He barely gets touched by Theo Hernandez and drops like a sack of shit to the floor. It annoys me, stuff like that. Really, really annoys me. Right. Mr. Welch says that his prediction is out of the window. Sure is. The missus, I've bought you many. We've already spoke about that. Brad says, I know that, but even if it's handmade, I'd appreciate it because most people really struggle. It does me fine. Mrs. says, I love cards. She does. Which is why we'll be playing strip poker this Christmas. I'm only joking. Chris Watts says, who would have thought Argentina on the brink of winning the World Cup after 1 month ago they lost to Saudi Arabia? Yeah. Everyone thought they could potentially be the first big team out. Brad says, stick Daniel on the naughty list for that. Unacceptable. Henry says, back with food. What's happened? Not much, really. Not much, really. Argentina 2-0 up. France, as I've said, look knackered. They look tired out, even though they've barely even got involved in this game. So they were knackered before a ball was kicked. Argentina just 100% want this more. But then yet again, we're at this moment, weren't we, with Argentina? 2-0 up. And then the Netherlands came back and gave them a scare. So it can be done. It can be done. James says it did it in the Copa final as well. Di Maria and a Brighton player boss in the midfield. Yeah. Alexis McAllister. A name like Alexis McAllister, he's Scottish, him. And then all of a sudden you see him turn out for Argentina. You're like, how's that work? But it's clearly good enough. I suppose you'd pick someone that actually does get to achieve something in a World Cup. And she says, I'm not bothered really. I can go without. I'm not bothered for anything. I've been nothing but hard work this year, according to my mum, because there's genuinely nothing I'd like. Well, you can be hard work sometimes. I agree with you, mum. Chris says, I'll only be happy for Messi, no one else from Argentina. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think that's why a lot of why people want Argentina to win it for Messi. Henry says, who scored Argie's second? It was Angel Di Maria. As I said it earlier, Henry, it were a fantastic goal. Like, it were a bit of French pressure, intercepted at the back. Ball played to Messi, who was marked by 2 or 3 players. Played a pass to Alexis McAllister on the outside of his boot with a first time touch. McAllister took an extra touch and had a bit of a run. He was in and unselfishly played it to Angel Di Maria on the far side, who was just there to tap it in. And Hugo Lloris couldn't do anything. So, yeah, 2-0. Well worked goal is how I would say. Naz says Mbappe barely touched the ball. He's not been involved at all, has he? You just can't take a player like Mbappe off the pitch, though. It could really do something and change the game. James has got the laughing emojis. Chris says Alexis McAllister sounds like a foreign politician leader. Emma says, sorry, my bad. What are you sorry for? No need to be sorry. James says, exactly how I feel. Want them to win for Messi alone. Certainly not Emi Martinez. Nah. Just for Messi. Just for Messi. Right, 1 second. It's a yellow card for the Argentinian. Enzo Fernandez has gone into the book. I'm not sure what for. Whether it were a dive. I'll be back in a minute, folks. I've just got to take an important phone call. I will be back in just a second, bringing you the rest. As I say, we will be coming up half time. In fact, it is half time, I think. Yes, it's half time. So we will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes time. I'm just going to take a quick phone call and obviously go to the toilet, which is what I wanted prior to starting the live. But join us for the second half when we will be back to see how it unfolds. France with it all to do, but Argentina 2 goals to the good. Join us for the second half very soon. Hello and welcome back. I apologise, it was a bit later than I expected, to be fair. I had to take a bit of a family call. As you all know, my dad is in hospital. Had a fall down the stairs, paralysed from the stomach down at the moment. There's 20% chance he'll ever walk again. And I've just been sort of given an update. He's had to go down for emergency surgery. He may have to have, probably not the best thing to mention, but he's going to have his bowels potentially removed as they've been ruptured. So it could be a case of where they sort of can sew it up, or whether they just remove his full bowel, because he's going to be led there for 4 to 6 months. He can't move. So sort of just, yeah. So that's the call I sort of had to take. Was not expecting it. But yeah, so just goes to show sometimes we're all smiling, we're all here, it's a good time, and you know, we all have things going on in our lives, don't we? And sometimes you throw on the big boy pants, don't you, and just try and get on with it, I suppose. I've just said to my sister, I just said, look, I hope just keep me posted. Just keep me posted on what's happening, and we'll take it from there. But hey ho, what can I do? Can't do anything. Can't do apart from just hope he's going to be all right. Players are out on the pitch for the second half. Back to this football anyway. Brad says there, fingers crossed for your dad, mate. Thoughts to you and your family, bud. Really hope for a turnaround for him. Well, like I say, 20% chance he'll walk again. We'll have to see. Last time I spoke to him, we were positive. He said, if I come out of here on 2 legs or come out of here on 2 wheels, I'm not bothered. It could have been my life at the end of the day. Which, yeah, he's got a point. When your sister's just telling you that apparently he's starting like hallucinating, forgetting who's visited. I mean, I think my dad's in his 50s. Like I said, me and my dad haven't really got on or seen eye to eye for a long time. So something like this still does put life into perspective. It's still, like people say, still your dad at the end of the day. But yeah. Henry says, my thoughts are with you, mate, for your dad. I hope the op is a success. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it is. I'm going to have to try and get over before Christmas. And see how he is. Nate says, thoughts and prayers for you and your family, Dan. No, I appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. So you guys know me. I'm an open book. But I really do appreciate it. Brad says there, stay strong, mate. All here for you if you need anything. Oh, thanks, pal. I do. Appreciate the kind words from everyone. We are underway for the second half, by the way. France now kicking from left to right. We're going to have to come out and have it all to do in this second half. Argentina don't really have to do anything now. At 2-0 up, they could sit on it. And just hope for the best, basically. Try and keep France out. It's France who have to do all the donkey work and get get themselves back into it. I just can't see it, though. I can't see it at all. Max is in. Hope you well, Max. He says, let's go, Messi. And equals the GOAT. I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing all right. I'm not too bad. Trying to keep my head above water. Let's just say that. Argentina coming forward again. Chance. And saved. Henry says, I'm watching Saving Mr. Banks along with your ace commentary. I appreciate it. I'll try and speak about the game. I won't lie, I'm a little bit choked up, to be fair. Trying not to let it get the better of me. But yeah. Argentina 2, France 0. Say Argentina were 100% the better side in that first half, keeping the defending champions under pressure early on. At the other end, France didn't manage a single shot. However, they have a corner. They do have a corner. Griezmann, ball is in, and out comes Emi Martinez to collect. Will do, Brad. Will do. Henry says, just be yourself, Daniel, your unique self. That's who we love and admire. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you anyway, everyone, for being so kind. My dad's in hospital, Naz. My dad's in hospital. I fell downstairs from top to bottom, fell backwards, broke 2 bones in his neck, which paralyzed him from the stomach down, or from like just under sort of like rib cage level downwards. So there's a 20% chance he'll ever walk again. And I've just had a phone call as half time was approaching, saying that he's gone for an emergency surgery on his bowels. So yeah, heads up my arse, mate, is what I could say. What I could say, heads up my arse. No, I'm not going to go. There's not much I can do. He's over in Preston. He's over at Preston Hospital in their major trauma unit. There's no what I can do here. So it's just one of them. Obviously, it's still, upsetting. Nate says, have France looked threatening at all? No, not really. I mean, they're seeing a bit more of the ball, but they're not doing out with it. Can't see at the moment where a goal is going to come from them. No, I agree. I totally agree with that. Russ is in. Hope you're well, Russ. He says Lionel Messi's the first player to score in the group stage, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, and final in a single edition of the World Cup. He's just phenomenal, isn't he? Absolutely phenomenal player. Adrien Rabiot goes into the book, as well. He's now got a yellow card. For a foul on the Argentinian number 7. Everyone's saying hi to each other in the chat. 55 minutes on the clock. Argentina 2, France 0. Love to. Like I say, it's always hard when you're first starting. Like for me, I think I built the confidence to start doing my own channel from just appearing on other people's to begin with. Getting a feel of how other people do it and taking pointers from them. And then eventually you start doing your own and you find your own rhythm and what works for you. But yeah, no, that'd be great. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. France coming forward. Jules Koundé, can he do anything? The way Thuram's coming forward. It's a French throw-in. Is Jules Koundé still at? Is it Sevilla he's at? Always thought he was a decent player, Jules Koundé. Where does he play? Is it Barcelona? Oh yeah, he did. He went to Barcelona, didn't he? He's didn't realise he'd gone Barca. To be fair, I've completely forgot about that. Argentina trying to come forward again. Shot saved and kept in as well by Lloris. He makes a second save. Good through ball. Shot from a bit of a strange angle, but Lloris makes the save from Alvarez's shot. Strong hand and also manages to get to the seconds. Says, thank you for the advice. You've been a shining example of how to treat people, and long may it continue. No, I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's football. It's football. So if you speak to your rivals, or maybe next season, then when we play Liverpool, I might throw out a couple of Liverpool digs. You know, just just the odd, tire robbing and people on tags, maybe. But that's just because it's probably ahead of the game, ahead of the fixture in front of you. But I'll do that with everybody. There's a line, isn't there, between sort of like personal and banter and stuff. And I like bringing the banter. I like bringing a laugh. But we're all lovers of football. That's the main thing. That is the main thing. Messi had a chance to make it 3 there. Di Maria did really, really well. Cuts inside, then cuts back, plays it along. It's dummied. Messi takes it a touch. Good touch, to be fair, but Adrien Rabiot had to get that right, or he'd have been looking at his second yellow. Messi was close to 3-0. Argentina 2, France 0. 60 minutes gone. In fact, 61 to be precise. Still, even after 60 minutes, France still have 0 shots, 0 on target. They have been poor. Right. We may be joined by Brad, who's been in the chat under Top 10 Battles name. Brad may be joining us for the remainder of this game once he's finished doing what he needs to do. So I'll send him the link. And obviously Brad will be joining us when he can. Oh, what a few beautiful people been saying. The missus says, you're amazing, strong, determined and brave. You may put on a big front sometimes, but you have a heart. I'm always here no matter what time, day, hour. I always have been. No, I appreciate it. I really, really do. Di Maria's come off. Acuna has just come on for Di Maria. But no, I do appreciate that, babe. Thank you. Russ says, Dan, you're a top man, and it's a real honour to call you my friend. So much love and respect for you and Kate, mate, legends. No, I even respect you, even you Yorkshire folk. None of this roses divide. We all come up smelling of roses in the end, don't we? Until match day. Nate says he gets his goals, but the passing and movement of Messi is what separates him from anyone else for me. Yeah. It's more the build up to his goals, isn't it? That he's like he can singularly take a whole 11 on his own and grab a goal and finish the move off. You know, he doesn't have to play the 1-2 passes to do it. He's got that midfield, you know, through ball panaz of like Kevin De Bruyne. He's got, even at his age, he's got like the speed of Mbappe. He's got the tenacity like Ronaldo a little bit. He's just got a bit of everything. And Messi, he's just a complete footballer. Complete footballer. That's why for me it had always been Messi over Ronaldo. People can say this and that about, yeah, well, Messi's only done it at Barcelona. I don't care what clubs he's done it for. It's his all-round game. His all-round game. Messi's as much of a team player as well as he gets his goals, like you said, Nate. With Ronaldo, it's all been throughout his career a little bit self. Never looked at it like that before. Henry says, I think Messi handles himself better than Ronaldo. Yeah, 100%. And Nate says there, he's Michelangelo on the pitch is his Sistine Chapel. Speaking of a man who's just made an appearance from the Sistine Chapel, here he is.
How you doing, mate? Oh, I have. I've been praising the Pope and everything. I put him on the naughty list. Santa. Fucking Pope. Can't get anything right, can he? Oh, dear.
How have you been? You all right?
Full of cold, mate. You know, getting it out of the way.
You're looking forward to getting away, though?
Yeah. So, you know, I'll be dragging this cold all the way to St. Ives. So get your pitchforks ready. Oh, good ball across the box there for France. First thing I've seen them do. But yeah, looking forward to it, mate. Hopefully I'm not I'm gonna be negotiating with my body that it can hold itself together and not sneeze fanatically while I'm trying to get on the plane. Otherwise, they'll be looking at me like, "Get down, you're not going anywhere. COVID, get away."
How are you getting down there?
Flying to Newquay.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. So a lot cheaper than the bullet train, and the planes can't strike in midair, so I've got a good chance of getting there.
No, that's true. That's true. So, how are you getting from Newquay?
Mum's picking me up from there, and then just 40-minute drive into St Ives, and then that's me for Christmas and New Year, mate.
Oh, sweet.
So I'll be.
My sister did that once when because my mum and stepdad used to live in Penzance. So
Yeah.
my sister, I think, flew down to Newquay. It's at Newquay. I said it like it were two words. Flew down to Newquay, and then obviously, I think either got picked up from there or got the train at the time because it would have been worked out cheaper. But
you can get both. To be fair, you can get both.
Yeah. I remember there was a time I was in Penzance at my mum's. Like, my mum's back up here now, but Kate was in Newquay with her family.
Yeah,
and Kate said it'd be nice for you to go see your mum, and I'll while you're down there, I'll go to Newquay. So I ended up, I think 2 or 3 times while I was down there, ended up going to see Kate in Newquay on the train, which were a good 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So it was good though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The one thing I missed was going down there.
Yeah.
I miss going down there because it was like somewhere to sort of like a bit of a getaway, somewhere to go every year. But then I'm so glad that my parents are up here now and I can see my mum when I want, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been very blessed to be able to go down there pretty much since I was born because my nan's lived down there since I was born. Obviously she originally from here, but she moved over there with my granddad back then. So I've been really fortunate to always go there. But now my mum's living there, it's like even more of a necessity for me to want to be there as often as I can.
Yeah, of course.
Because my mum living out there now, it's I'll go there, spend as much time as I can to see her. So makes it extra.
I'm a mummy's boy, me though, and I've got no shame in admitting it. I mean, even when I used to go down, when it came to leaving and she'd be there at the train station, I would be in tears and want to get off at the next stop. It's horrible because you sort of feel like you've got everything back again, and then you have to go and sort of
almost finding yourself praying that something happens that stops you going back, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm the same, mate. I hate it. I love getting there, but the days seem to fly when you're there, but the days getting towards you going and the days towards your next visit seem to take 10 days in one. It's infuriating.
Oh, I bet.
But I'm looking forward to it because this is the first time in a few years that I'll be spending both Christmas and New Year there. So,
you're spending both there?
Yeah. Well, I got requested to there because the France have a shot here, just over the bar. Mbappe finally turns up to the final. Welcome here, mate.
Are you watching our player?
You what, mate?
You watching our player or something?
Yeah.
All right.
Why are you a bit behind?
What minute are you on?
70th. France are just making 2 substitutions.
Oh, I've just gone 72.
Oh, all right. Well, I can be the delay commentary. I'm your highlights package, folks. Here you go. If you're tuning in for the highlights, Camavinga and Coleman are on. Let's go.
Oh, I found out what time that show is tomorrow as well. So
what
8:30.
8.
8:30.
8:30. Let me know how you're feeling, mate, because the way I've designed this quiz, I can either do it individually, because I'm going to do a leaderboard sort of thing anyway, or with what's going on with you, mate, don't don't stress yourself out. I can get you on at another time for it. If not, I can always get
Why not
Anthony.
Because it were Anthony that said, ain't Brad on about doing that quiz on Monday? And I said, I know he's on about doing it sometime before the 20th, but where that date falls, I'm not sure. And so Anthony seems to think it's tomorrow. So if you did want to do Anthony's first.
Yeah, because I've got the questions prepared for, like I said, for either or. So gives you a chance just to get your head right.
It's just because you said there were some Christmas questions in, didn't you?
No, see, because I wanted to get the quiz prepared and ready, depending on when I was going to be able to do it. Some people, I'm gonna have to explain it when I do it. But there's only a few questions. I'll be honest with you, that might have changed their answer slightly in regards to numbers, because I did all these questions prior to this World Cup. Now there is no World Cup questions. But if I don't get it done before the Premier League kicks off, and for yourself, because you're a Burnley fan, because obviously your season's back underway, that some questions might get people going, that's not true because he's now done this or so and so. And it's like, well, I did these questions preemptive before the World Cup in hopes to get them done before. So any Premier League questions can't get done. But yeah, if you do you, mate, you sort that out after and whatnot, and I'll get Anthony on, or if anyone's an Arsenal fan that maybe wants to do it, if Anthony can't, I'm happy for it. But yeah, I'm doing that tomorrow. If I can get it done before 9, that's brilliant. And yeah, it's just the idea, mate. Nice little bit of normality in a football quiz after all this World Cup malarkey.
No, tell me about it. That's what I found difficult, really. I found difficult to balance doing the World Cup stuff as well as covering the domestic stuff with Burnley being back now.
Yeah.
It's been sort of like really full on. And then we've got obviously Manchester United on Wednesday in the Cup.
But yeah, we've got Milton Keynes as well on Tuesday. So
Lucas.
I'll be out and about for. I'll just be landing, I think, when that's about to kick off or team news. So, but
how long is your flight?
I haven't obviously done a video in a while because of, I don't know if you can tell, still bummed up to shit. But I have got 3 or 4 videos that I will be pre-recording, but they will get uploaded. So I have got content to kind of make up for my absence, as well as this quiz. So hopefully that'll get things back on. And then obviously when I'm back, I will message yourself and we'll go through the top 10 ideas and get the battles underway for season 2.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. People in the chat have been saying, Nate says, regarding Messi, if you look at the way his team celebrates around him at the Copa America and the fingers crossed after this game, pardon me. See, I told you I shouldn't touch this Pepsi Max. It's making me burp with every single swig. That said, yeah, when Messi got his goal, even after the penalty, they all jumped on top of him. They were all over him, and because they know how much of a big player he is for them as a nation, where with Ronaldo, it's a case of, oh, give it me. I want the accolades. I want the limelight.
Yeah.
Not anymore, mate. Not anymore. Naz says he's in North Devon. Is it Bidford or Bardford?
I think it's pronounced Bidford. Depends what part of the south you go to and their accent, because sometimes you can't understand them at the best of times, especially when they've had a few Cornish ales inside them. There's some of them are just speaking English. You think they're speaking in Cornish? No, they're just drunk.
Oh, I love. I tell you what I do like when I'm down there. Cornish Rattler.
Oh, that is the truest Cornish side you'll get out there, mate.
It's amazing. To be fair, I don't usually drink cider, but when I'm there, I'll have that.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you want something that's going to catch you out and knock you for 6, that drink will do it for you.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm not a cider man myself, but I can afford myself a few pints of that stuff. But Dan, I mean, obviously, all the onus is on the Messi story, the fairy tale that everybody predicted. But I don't know about you. I mean, I've only been kind of listening to you yourself because my way in this World Cup and how I've been around it. But I'm very, very underwhelmed by France.
Yeah. What, in this
I
game
almost
alone or throughout the tournament?
throughout the tournament a little bit, they've kind of started to deceive. Yes, I know they've obviously got it, which is a great, to the final, which is a great achievement in its own right. But I just
Oh,
feel like,
hold on, Brad. France have a penalty.
oh, well, I will tell you that in a minute or two when I see it. Just as I say it, commentator's curse, 2 minutes behind.
France have a penalty. Again, it's so soft. You can tell the player he is being held back. But I'll tell you something now. He's got a lung busting run on him. He knows full well he's got himself into the box, and Otamendi's still got his hand over his shoulder, which is the only reason why he is dropped like a sack of shit. Because if that was outside the box, he would not have dropped at all. As soon as he knew he were over that white line, bang, straight to the deck. But the referee, who I said earlier looks like Lee Judges on steroids, is just, you know, you know what? I hope Emmy Martinez saves this. Mbappe from the spot. It weren't a pen for me. Even Naz in the chat says no pen for him either. But Mbappe from the spot. Oh, Martinez goes the right way. But it's squirmed under him. It has squirmed under him. And 79 and a half minutes have been played. Oh, I think he gets an hand to it, Martinez, as well.
You know what?
It touches his glove. It touches his glove as it goes in the back of the net as well.
You know what? You know what? I'm obviously a minute or so behind, and it's probably a good thing to discuss here because I'm watching that penalty, and it is soft, the decision, and you've had a lot of them over the years, with or without VAR. We've seen a lot of soft penalties, but under the rule of obstruction, he is obstructing him. He knows he's beat him for pace. He knows if he doesn't get his arm across him, and that's what the referee. You see the referee signal kind of like that. I thought maybe an elbow, but he actually signals basically you've obstructed him with your arm. That's not allowed. And to the letter of the law, I'm going to see.
I think it pisses me off though, Brad, because it's like prior to that, he's done everything. He's doing everything he can to carve himself a chance through on goal. And he's stayed on his feet even throughout the exact same touch. But he knows as soon as he gets over that line that if he drops, he has a chance. France with another chance. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. Fucking fucker Mbappe has grabbed the second as well.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Oh my word. France have done fuck all in this game. And I emphasize the word fuck all because they have literally done sweet FA. France have done nothing. They do not deserve to be back in this. I said this after about 15 minutes in this match, or whenever Argentina got the second, however long it took, I said at that point that do not rule France out. Argentina at 2-0 should not sit on this because we saw what happened against the Dutch. And fuck me, it's happened again. Argentina have potentially thrown it away, Brad.
Potentially, I mean, roles reversed, Dan, isn't it? And
what
again,
a goal! What a goal!
Curse of the commentator here. I mean, it is a beautiful ball. I'm literally seeing it now. I know what's coming. So, spoiler alert for myself, it's brilliant. But just as I say that, France have been underwhelming and not looked in this game. Goal changes things. A moment of madness. Controversy. And now it's game on again, and it's going the distance. But that's a strike and a half, and now you feel that that daunting feeling that must be in the pit of Messi's stomach saying, "Please God, no, not like this." But now with what 7 minutes plus probably 4 or 5 minutes added on, you'd assume.
Yeah.
It's if it's going to get won in 90 minutes, you know, Messi's trying to forge a smile there as if to go, for God's sake, you can't believe it. But from nowhere, like you say, Dan, France now the favourites to go and complete the mission and make it back-to-back World Cups.
It's madness. I can't believe how much this game has turned. I mean, the pendulum has definitely swung. I mean, Argentina are coming forward now again. 2-0, you thought that was it. Argentina were going to do it, but as I said, they are coming forward. Shot from range. Hit the defender. Go on, Brad. What were we going to say?
And you know what? Obviously, again, beauty of being a minute behind you. Seeing the build-up player, Coman, the substitute who came on, and since the substitutes have come on, France have actually turned up and remembered they're in a World Cup final. But I noticed there that Messi went to put his arm across him, but then changed his mind as if he thought, well, if that's going to give a penalty, I don't want to give a chance to France. And inadvertently, that then led to Coman being able to play the ball, a delightful ball over to the left-hand side, and got France level. And it's going to get interesting these final minutes of this game.
Definitely. And Naz says, hello, vive la France. Bonjour, mes amis, je m'appelle Kylian Mbappe. And for those who don't understand, it's hi, how are you? My name is Kylian Mbappe, who has just announced himself in this World Cup final.
And you've got to say with Mbappe, you know, it's going to be the first ever time in the World Cup history that a football club has won the World Cup. I mean, FC Mbappe, doing bits. But no, I mean, what 77 minutes? You couldn't see, you know, France playing for another 77 days and scoring, and all of a sudden they're one more away from winning this thing. Unbelievable last 15 minutes we're being treated to.
It's absolute madness. Like I say, on the 82nd minute mark, France had 2 shots in the last 3 minutes and having failed to register an attempt in the first 67 of the match. But Kylian Mbappe, at 23 years and 363 days, is the youngest player to reach 10 World Cup goals, surpassing Gerd Muller, who was 24.
You know, he's a freak in nature, isn't he? And that's why he's going. That's why he's
just
on
the way
the
he
list.
looks.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why he's on the list, isn't it? And that's why them lists have players like that, like your Pelés, like like Mbappe, that set freakish records. Because, you know, you talk about born to do a job, or born to be a footballer or a cricketer or whatever it is you're into. That's the sort of person that you make the poster boy of it, don't you? I mean, determined for great success, and Kylian Mbappe is the next future to be doing that, and he's ruining Christmas Day for Messi at the moment. I think.
There's a yellow card being issued here for a dive. They're saying that the French player has dived in the box.
A French player diving? Never heard of it.
Thuram has gone in the book I'm not seeing the replay. I'd love to see it. But he's taken the ball down. Does he simulate that? He does. He leaves his leg in. He does leave his leg in. It's not a.
I think it's more the fact that you can assume that he's looking for it there than it is. You know, he knows he's left.
They need one more goal.
Yeah, and we've seen it. We've seen it with our football clubs. I mean, Vardy notoriously has got booked a few times for not going down without contact, but he's deliberately gone over that standing leg to make the contact. He's initiated it himself, so it's it's interesting. I mean, we've gone from one of the most one-sided FA Cup World Cup finals since I can remember to one of the most joyous ones to watch, entertainment galore. Can someone tell me why? Can someone tell me if
Mbappe goal, Brad?
You what, mate?
It's just showing that Mbappe goal again.
Oh, it's a class finish. It is a class finish.
I think it helps as well with the 1-2, doesn't it? That he plays. He heads it back into the path of the player who just sends it over the top of the last defender, and then Mbappe doing what any very, very good player does. It just connects sweetly with it.
Yeah, I mean, I've just seen that Thuram thing again, and he does throw his leg into him.
Yeah.
If he goes over the flat leg, then it's a goal. It's a goal. It's a penalty.
There was only 97 seconds between Mbappe's 2 goals. 97 seconds. Nate says the best part about this Winter World Cup is all the Leicester players resting up and getting healthy. Definitely. Definitely for you guys. The French fans who didn't even realise they had a voice till 80 minutes now can sing and chant and dance. They know they are literally a goal away from retaining what was already theirs. We have 30 seconds left of the addition of the 90 before we find out how much is added on.
French fans with World Cup replicas all on their heads and in their hands. 15 minutes ago, that was a million miles away. Now they're dreaming of adding another star to the shirts. Think of the revenue the French FA are saying.
8 minutes added on, Brad. 8 minutes. Do you think we'll get a goal? Do you think we'll see a winner in that 8?
You know what? For all the things I've been able to keep an eye on in this World Cup and late goals and dramas, you can't rule it out, can you?
No, can't rule it out. I don't think any of the games throughout this World Cup that you've been able to write as a full-blown conclusion. Like somebody said in the chat earlier, who'd have thought Argentina, being 2-0 up at the time, looking like they were going to win the thing, got to the final even after suffering that 2-1 defeat against Saudi Arabia.
Well, yeah. I mean, you looked at that and everybody had eyes on them, didn't they? Thinking this is going to be the dream's going to get ruined. They'll go out of the group stages. And then Belgium went all by bear, and they were the big shock of the group. They'll
always be the winners in your eyes, Brad.
I know. You know what? If you just donate £1 a month to Dan's channel, I will predict any team that you don't like to win something, guaranteeing in the safe knowledge that they will lose. Or just hit subscribe. That'll work just as well. If you do
that'll do. That'll do.
If you do that,
just to let you know, people, if you want to know who Brad is, he's somebody, right, who is even worse than me at predictions.
But do you know what the maddest thing is? I'm on for France right now. I'm on for back-to-back victories in the predictions league on Chris's show because I won last year. So ask me for Premier League scores. I'm your man. Ask me who's going to win the next Euros. Don't bother.
North Macedonia and Belgium. How did they both get on?
Next up, I'm predicting Greece just for a laugh.
France have a free kick deep into the box. Argentina managed to get it clear. Can they counter from this? That would be no. I did say on the 40th minute when Didier Deschamps took off Olivier Giroud and I can't remember who else he took off at the time as well. But he made 2 substitutions after 40 minutes at 2-0 down, and I'm thinking that's got to be tactical. That has to be tactical. And you know what? In the end, all his substitutions have paid off.
Yeah, and that's what earns the manager the bucks at the end of the day, whether it's at club level or international. When your team is not up to scratch and up to the mark, and the game's getting away from you, the fans, the players, everybody involved looks to that one man, all of a sudden goes, what are you going to do to change it? And you're right, it had to be tactical. You do not make a change before half time if it's not tactical. Barring an injury, obviously that's the only reason, but there was no note of an injury. And yeah, it's worked. It's worked. Like we said there, the subs that came on about 3 minutes before the first goal have already had an impact on this World Cup, and the drama continues with it. Now you're looking towards Argentina to respond with some changes and maybe shape.
France had a chance there. It could have been pulled back for the free kick. Kingsley Coman does well to get away from his man. Gets brought down. The referee doesn't give it. He says play on because somebody else still had it. He played to the edge of the box. Shot. Martinez saved it. But he could only parry it. And then Christian Romero thought, if I play this with my feet back to my keeper, I'm screwed. So Romero just went from 2 legs, dropped to his knees, and hit the ball off his knee so that the keeper could still collect it.
Argentina on the back foot going into this. I mean, sign of a side that's desperately wanting to take this for extra time compared to a France side that want to win it in style.
Olivier Giroud's just gone into the book, even though he's on the bench. Olivier Giroud has just received a yellow card and he's come out from off the bench towards the referee and saying, like, where's the foul? Where's this? Where's that? And he's still giving it to him. So but he has gone into the book as the substitute.
I tell you what, that would surely be a World Cup first for a substitute if Giroud got himself sent off.
Oh, France are in. France are in. Can they kill it off? Oh, great touch. Oh, Mbappe has recovered it. It's pinball. It's between the other. French player drops in the box. Ref tells him to get up.
It's absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. And again, it just shows you no matter what is going on, no matter how comfortable it seems to be, suddenly a scoreline of 2-0 is abolished within minutes, and you're fighting for your lives. I mean, Argentina, I don't think there was anybody in the world around the globe or anywhere supporting Argentina that saw this coming. And now, as I just see Olivier Giroud get booked because I'm not far behind, and now praying that these last minute or so gets through and they can regroup, because they're all of a sudden the team that needs to find a bit more magic and find a way to get into this game again, because otherwise, they're gonna throw away Messi's last hurrah.
They are. Argentina coming forward at this very moment. Shot from the edge. Great save. Fantastic save from Hugo Lloris. It was Lionel Messi who took the shot as well. Ball played into the centre of the park. Lionel Messi cuts inside. Sees an opening. Takes a shot. And Lloris, straight up, big hand, sends it over the bar.
It is very, very strange hearing a Tottenham player doing well.
I go back to what you said as well, though, Brad. How you said how France had not been great throughout the tournament. I mean, they were shit against England, managed to get through. They were shit against Croatia that they played. Morocco?
Yeah,
Croatia?
So. No, Morocco. Morocco, wasn't it?
Morocco. Yeah, Morocco. And they were, Morocco were all over them for me. You know, I didn't think France played that well. But they got through that.
You know what they
Could see them do it again. Marcus Acuna's just gone into the book as well. He receives a yellow card for a foul on Kingsley Coman. But we are approaching that 8th minute. In fact, we have hit the 98. So it would not surprise me.
I've just seen that save by Lloris, by the way. But you know what they say, Dan, right? A good team will play well and win their games. A great team will find a way to win while not being at their best. And that is something that over the last few years, at least since that World Cup in 2018, last 4 years, you've been able to really say that about France. I know they got knocked out by Switzerland in that dramatic 3-3 game in the Euros, but they are still, you know, whether it's been lethargic, whether it's been lucky or not, it's your own personal preference. They won't care because they found a way to win. In a game of very few chances against England, you know, they had probably 3 golden opportunities and they scored 2 of them. So
true.
Great teams, mate, whether it's international or club level, great teams always find a way to win, regardless of how well or badly they're playing.
They do. Henry's got to go. I think probably already gone. That message was sent about 5 minutes ago. But enjoy the rest of your day, Henry. Hope you are well, especially in the build-up to Christmas. I'm sure we will speak again. We are going to be covering the Man United Burnley watch-along on Wednesday as well, so that should be good. Naz says, come on, France. Well, they do have it all to play for because we are going to be going to extra time in this one. Nate says the last 20 or so minutes of this game has been great. Yeah, it's been phenomenal. So end-to-end. But we are
and if you're following me, folks, if you're following my commentary, then there's still a game on. Who knows? Dan says extra time. My screen says they're still going. No, it's extra time. Oh, that would freak us out, wouldn't it? Imagine if you're saying it's got extra time and then Messi rips on in top bins on my screen.
Kylian Mbappe is being massaged, having both his legs rubbed down while rubbing his tits. It's a bit of a weird thing to see, but hey-ho. Guys, really appreciate all the love and support and the kind words and everything that's been out on throughout the show. If you please could, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when we next go live. Really would appreciate it if you could at least do the top 2 by liking the video and subscribing. The notification bell, I'm not too fussed, but either way, liking the video and subscribing really does help and really do appreciate it. Just a quick message as well, just to say thank you to everybody for the love and support. You've all been really kind to me as well throughout, you know, the whole of the year. So here's just a quick message to say thank you. Appreciate everybody. Thank you. Obviously, everyone as well. Have a good Christmas and New Year. I'm sure I will say it a few times over the next couple of videos prior to Christmas as well. Brad, sum up then that second half. I mean, France turn up with about 10, 15 minutes to spare.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, France were pretty much doing what they've done throughout this tournament. They were kind of lethargically going about their business. It was all doom and gloom for the French. You know, the Messi fairy tale was going to be written, signed, sealed, delivered. Piers Morgan was having a mental breakdown. Ronaldo was writing his 17th book of why life's not fair, and Messi's keeping him prisoner. And then France turned up. The Euro Express pulled in with 15 minutes to go. France got off the train station, made it to the stadium, turned up, and Kylian Mbappe FC got us level. It's the 15 minutes the most exciting of this whole entire game because it was so one-sided. It was almost boring. I'll be honest with you. It was almost boring how easy Argentina had it until that moment where they got the penalty. And ever since then, they're probably thankful that it's gone to extra time in all seriousness.
Yeah, definitely. All players are back out and ready to get this extra time underway. Nate says here, bringing Brad on changed the whole momentum of the game. Impact sub.
See, that's how I do it. That's how I roll, Nate. That's how I do things. That's how I do things. Creativity. The French said to me, Brad, we'll sort you out. We'll give you a bribe, just like Qatar. Right? Get on and help Dan out. That'll do it. That'll get Mbappe saw me on this stream and went, now I'm inspired.
Turf Art's in. Hope you're well. It says, nice one. Cheers for the fan badge. Hi, all. Hi to your bad self. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, mate. Good win for us yesterday, weren't it, against Borough? Had to dig deep because we couldn't get past them in the opening stages, but we managed to do it in the end. We battled through and got that 3-1 win. Naz says, you're welcome, bud, and likewise. An absolute legend you are, Dan the man. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate everyone, so thank you. We are underway for extra time as well, as I said. So do stay with us for it. We'll bring it you till the end. Until we have a winner, we will not be leaving your side. Just a stat as well on the World Cup. 4 of the last 5 World Cup finals have gone to extra time, which is as many as the previous 16 finals combined. So a big call, especially France, being able to at least get back into it after having 0 shots for a long time. Mbappe is the first player to score a World Cup final brace since the original Ronaldo for Brazil versus Germany in 2002.
The proper Ronaldo.
The proper one. Not Piers Morgan's bitch.
No.
That same Piers Morgan who said Messi is the GOAT and Ronaldo is second, but each to their own.
Well, they can cry over a mince pie if Messi turns this back on and wins this World Cup, won't they?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Looking at the stats then, as this is still going. 12 shots for Argentina, 6 for France. Where the hell they came from, where they mustered them from in the end, God knows. But they've helped them to aplomb. 7 shots on target for Argentina, 3 for the French. But the Argy-Bargies are in control of possession. 53% to France's 47%. Better passing accuracy for the Argentinians as well, and more passes as in favour of Argentina. Fouls galore in this game. 20 fouls by Argentina, 17 fouls by the French, and yet we've only seen 5 yellow cards.
Nothing will top that Holland and Spain final.
Oh no, that was brutal, weren't it?
Yeah. Well, that was when Nigel de Jong was doing his best Jackie Chan impressions, weren't he? And Bruce Lee and everybody. But again, that actually kind of rolls nicely into the points that we were making about France throughout this tournament. They've had 3 shots on target, but they're level in this game with 2 goals. I mean, that's what you need at that moment, I get asked this question quite frequently, especially when certain teams maybe, I'm not really one to look at stats because sometimes they can be quite misleading. quite accurate, to be fair, for this game. But more times than not, because they're a bit misleading, because you see a team that play maybe 10 men behind the ball and you're forced to shoot from 30 yards out and they're all blazing over the bar. You know, you're thinking, oh, they've been absolutely dominant. How have they nicked a point here? And it's like, well, because they did a defensive job. And, you know, France have proven that, you know, 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in football, clearly, because they've still felt they were in the game. And once they got, you know, that lifeline back into it, you know, you could argue that levels out the soft penalty that Argentina were given in the first half. So, you know, like a dog on holding onto his bone, mate. They took that opportunity and they never let it go, and now they've wrestled the final well and truly back into their hands.
They've strangled this game of France. They have strangled it. They've had to put up with a lot of Argentinian pressure, but in the end, even sometimes pressure cookers sometimes overheat, and it's come and bit them in the bottom. It is Argentina 2, France 2, and a substitution for France. Adrien Rabiot has gone off the field. Coming on in his place is Fofana. Not that one, Brad.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Turfat says here, biggest gate since the 94 World Cup. Wow. Naz says France are winning this cup. Like I say, it's you'd have to say France probably have the upper hand in it now. Argentina do look a little bit flustered. Nate says, good thing we don't have that ref from the Netherlands-Argentina game. Yeah, that would have been something. Chris Welch says, what a final. Argentina at the moment have lost their heads. Mbappe was a ghost till he scored a penalty. His second goal was fire. I've said it about Otamendi, even at Man City, a car crash defensively. But also says, I wouldn't wish it on Messi, but love to see Argentina lose. I think that's another reason why people want Argentina, just for Messi. That's it.
Yeah, well, we know they're not getting the Falklands back, so it's all right.
It's one of them. This final, weren't it? That right? We're gonna have to take one of your. We're gonna have to remove one of your legs. There's no problem with either of them. We're just gonna have to remove one. Which do you want removed?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I don't use this one as much. This is my stronger leg, so I'll keep that one. That'll do. I mean, talk about irony for you, Dan. How ironic would this be if this game goes to penalties, right? And you'd imagine they'd be first up for both of them. But wouldn't it just be a very anticlimactic penalty shootout if Messi and Mbappe both missed?
Oh, yeah.
It's after all the drama and everything that's gone on. Like, Messi puts it wide and Mbappe has his saved or something like that. And it's like, oh, well, now you're relying on your teammates. Oh, this somehow this World Cup final has become very dramatic.
It has.
Over this 20-minute, half-hour period.
It has indeed. Turfat says there doesn't always pay to slow the game down. That is correct. That is correct. I mean, that's another thing that's sort of annoyed me throughout this World Cup as well. That certain teams like Brazil putting Neymar for the 5th penalty. Like, why? What that's just a bloke. That's just an egotistical knobhead who wants the headlines, isn't it?
It is, but you know, it's quite common, and it really does baffle me. It's quite common throughout football, not just egos in terms of Neymar and that, but throughout football clubs, internationals, you very rarely see a striker step up first. I know, you know, England are obviously probably one of them nations, and Tottenham are one of them clubs with that in tandem that have a striker, an out-and-out striker taking their first penalty. But it's baffling to me how very little first-choice strikers do not take the first penalty and set the benchmarks. Because you, as a goalkeeper, you think, if you're not an attacker, I've got a chance. because your sense as a goalkeeper is your confidence as a striker is it doesn't matter if you place it or leather it, you're going to score. So you think, okay, his job's to score goals. I'm pretty sure that unless he hits it wrong or I make great ground, I'm not saving a striker's penalty. But if you centre mid who scored 8 goals for you in an entire season steps up and takes one, you're thinking, I could save this here because he's going to be too cautious. I mean, I think the only penalty shootout I watched was the Brazil one. And I said each one that they missed, I went, he's going to miss it. He's going to side foot it. And just no confidence in an outfield player that isn't a forward-minded player taking a penalty. I don't see the logic of it. Like, I know they scored their penalties, but I go back to our penalty shootout against Colombia. Why? I know Vardy was injured, and that's why, but Eric Dyer was on the penalty list. Why? I don't think Tottenham trust him in their starting 11. So what? I mean, thankfully he scored it on that day, but I was like, why are defenders taking penalties? Why are they stepping up instead of an attacking midfielder or a striker at that point? Because it just baffles me. But it is something that's quite a trend and has been a trend in football for years. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it has. It has. France just had a corner played out and now pumped back into the box. Argentina having to live dangerously. They can't seem to get it away. And it is a French. Oh, it's pulled back for offside. Pulled back for offside. I thought he was going to give a French free kick there, but it's been pulled back for offside. Turfat says, when you're on 500k a week, it's all self, not the fans. There is that. There is that. Greed in abundance.
Yeah. See, I understand that to a degree, but I don't know if I had the front and ego of someone like Ronaldo or Neymar, I'd rather score my penalty and go, right, if we lose, I can blame someone else then.
Well, yeah.
Because I suppose either way it's a win-win for them, because if they miss the last penalty and it knocks them out, you can go, oh, wow, they're putting all that pressure on me because of my name. I shouldn't have been taking it someone else. But it's like, well, that's your job. So realistically, taking the last penalty probably doesn't benefit them. Taking the first one,
yeah,
providing you score it, obviously, you could then look at someone else missing it and knocks you out. Then you go, well, he volunteered for it and he bottled it. Why did he volunteer for it? I would have taken it if he wasn't confident in himself. I should have taken, and then he looks like it's all their fault and not his. But I don't know.
Alvarez and De Paul have come off for Argentina. Lautaro, Martinez and Paredes are on in their place. So at least up top, they've added a bit of fresh legs, which is always needed. It just needs to get out of the Argentinian half because France are seeing a lot of the ball. And
unless you're watching on Brad TV, because on Brad TV over here, we're just seeing the subs getting instructions. But yeah, I mean, that's got to be one eye on penalties, surely. I mean, when as a manager, do you think they start thinking penalties? Would you, if you was a manager of Argentina right now, considering how the game's going, would you be looking at subs to try and win the game predominantly and not get to penalties? Or would you be thinking, I'm putting you on because whilst I hope we can win the game, I'm trusting you to do the job in penalty shootout?
It's strange when you make subs in the first 15 of extra time. Because it's almost like what you're trying to do. Are you bringing on your penalty takers, or are you trying to go for all gung ho and win it in that next 15? It really is sort of a catch-22 situation with that one.
Yeah, because there obviously there is some players out there that obviously they will take a penalty if necessary, but they don't really want to, and there's players in the training that they'll go, oh, I don't know, so-and-so is awful at penalties. And that's why he's 10th on the list, because we're hoping it doesn't get there. you know. So it does become, do you put someone who might be able to unlock something with it with that short period of time if they get control of the ball, or you know, are they making a sub thinking he might not create much and he might slow the game down, but if that whistle goes and it's still 2-2 at the end of extra time, he's gonna score the penalties because, not to bring it up, but against the cheating Italians, that's what did England. I mean, bizarrely, he put them on with like half a second to go. Did old Southgate, but that clear intent was there from there because he left it as late as possible to put them on purely for penalties.
Oh, Argentina just had a chance, and if it wasn't for Deo Upamecano making that header, and I think it's the original. I think is it Toko Akambe who makes the initial save from Martinez, and there's a shot from range. In fact, it's Varane. Varane gets up. Lloris, I think, goes a little bit early and may have been looking at that. The ball looked like it was going to go straight for the top corner if it didn't bounce off Varane's head. But Argentina have a corner with 1 minute left of this additional first 15. Ball played into the box. It's played deep. And there's nobody there. So it looks like we may not see the winner in this opening half of extra time, or we're going to see one in the second period of extra time. Who knows? But
I mean,
a question here from Nate, Brad. Where does this World Cup final rank against other recent ones?
I mean, I can only go back as far as I'd probably say 98 because whilst I was born in 1990, I don't remember 99 Italian 90 or 94 for the love of me. I probably remember France 98. I would say this will probably one of them World Cup finals that will get remembered in a weird sense for the wrong reasons. It'll go down as a great World Cup because of France's comeback, but it hasn't been the greatest of finals. It was very one-sided. Argentina were coasting. In terms of finals, though, it's probably, if we go from my memory of 98 onwards, I would probably say it's the least ranked one. I would probably say it would not make my top 5 World Cup finals because I think it would fall under that disillusion of the nostalgia, of the meaning. I think in terms of meaning, it's up there. You know, Messi's last World Cup, you know, Mbappe, the absolute freak machine that he is, trying to stop it. But just for me, I do feel that it's not actually as good a final as it is. It's just had very good moments near the end that have woken it up. Because let's face it, Dan, I don't know about you, but or anyone in the chat, up until that penalty decision, there was only one winner, and they were strolling towards it, and that was Argentina.
Yeah. No, I agree. And that says it to our previous question. He'd go for a win because a penalty is Russian roulette, not guaranteed. And then said the Ministry of Defence, Rafael Varane. Turf Art says, for older viewers, he played in the Harry Walsh Cup final at Turf Moor, won on penalties, but he bottled from taking one.
No shame in that, mate.
No shame in that. It's all about how you feel and whether you're confident enough in your own ability in that moment. And sometimes it's not even down to your confidence in your ability, because you could have all that confidence in your ability that, yeah, I could score this. I'm decent from the penalty spot. But if you just feel in your heart of hearts that I don't feel like I've had the best of game, probably not best to throw my name in the hat, because there's a bit of if you've got one speck of of doubt, don't put yourself for it, because that one speck of doubt will eventually just fester and take over your mind as soon as you approach that ball.
Yeah, exactly. And there is nothing wrong. I find it hilarious that I know I'm behind the odds. I just find it hilarious that they have the cheek to remind us at the moment of a World Cup final, the country life at 6 might just be delayed for you BBC viewers that are patiently waiting for a bit of country life after this. But no, I'm in agreement. I don't like the term bottling it in certain things. I know we can jest about it, but in serious talk, I don't like the term bottling it because, this is a pressure situation. I'm not just talking the World Cup. I'm talking any game of football is a pressure situation because you're wanting to win. You want to do everything you can to see your team win. And I would rather, if I'm the manager and it's gone to a penalty shootout and I'm looking at my team and I'm going, right, who wants to take it? And I've got, say, person in the chat scores 2 goals and he's feeling his hamstrings. He doesn't like pressure situations like that. He doesn't handle them very well. Don't worry about it. I would rather you say, not me, Gaffer. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling strong enough to take one mentally. I'm exhausted. I'm feeling, even if it isn't that he's, feeling injured or something, I'm not me. And I get 5 people going, yeah, I'm up for it. Put the pressure on me. I want to do it. By all means, I don't care at that point. Then if you've been left back or you've been on the pitch 2 minutes, if you're mentally willing to, and I suppose you could be a bit greedy in a sense for the limelight, saying, well, I'm not confident and I'm feeling a bit jittery and the nerves get the better of me in these situations, but I'm going to take one because I should. No. If you feel that stepping aside and letting someone else take that the responsibility that they're more confident in taking, by all means, do not feel guilty for doing it.
No. We are underway for the second half of extra time. As I say, it's still 2 apiece in this one. It does look like it potentially is going to go all the way, but who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought that 60, 70 minutes into the game? I don't think a lot of people would, especially on the basis of it and the way the game was panning out. Argentina are starting to grow back into it a little, are starting to get themselves the odd couple of chances, but they are a little bit half cut. He says, as they come forward now, there is a chance. They're in. Shot, saved, rebound. Has that gone over the line? The referee's whistle has gone to his mouth. He says it's a goal. He says it's a goal. I think it may be Messi. I'm not sure.
Oh, the fairy tale miracle on Quarter Street.
Substitutes are running all the way across the pitch. They have ran across the pitch. It's showing Antoine Griezmann on the bench. He's annoyed. People are asking questions on whether he's offside. I'm just going to have a look at it now. The ball's played over.
Stay tuned for Brad TV fans because we've not seen it yet.
I think he's onside. It is Messi, I think. It is Messi. The ball does go over the line. I think it's Messi's shot. Oh, ball 100% goes over the line. Lautaro Martinez with a shot. Fine save by Lloris. It's definitely gone over the line. Messi scored it. And would you believe it? Just as I was saying, Argentina are growing back into it. Their chances are half-hearted. They get one and they put it away. 3-2 to Argentina. And it had to be, didn't it? If it's the goal that wins it, it had to be Lionel Messi.
It had to be. Wow. I was just about to ponder the question, will roles reverse? Will France feel like they don't want to burn out their energy? They're thinking penalties. They don't necessarily want to go at it hell and leather. They want to see this game out. Are we going to see a different second half of extra time to the first half? And before I could even finish thinking the sentence through, the man, the myth, miracle in Qatar, getting the Christmas spirit with a namesake title like that. Miracle of Qatar, Lionel Messi, has he now, at the second attempt, done it for his country? The only question I have there isn't about the offside, isn't about anything in the goal itself, because goal line technology and that. If I'm released, Lloris there, I'm putting that out for a corner as best I can. I know it looks like, I don't know if it's hit his face and maybe he couldn't do anything about it, but for me, it looks like the shot's come at him at such venom that he's just parried it down. I know football's a cruel thing and you do things in heat moment, but for me, you've got to shape your body to kind of make sure it's not going to bounce off you and go in that near post, and you've got to parry it out. I think Lloris will be kicking himself that he didn't find a way to shovel that ball out for at least a corner instead of back into the danger area, because when you do that, well, you risk exactly what's happened, and that is giving Messi and Argentina the lead in this game.
It is. France are trying to get back into it now. They know they can break down Argentina, which is quite a big thing. Whether they can, though, they have less than 10 minutes to do it, depending on what's added on. I mean, it's just shown shots of the Argentinian, I think, backroom staff that aren't on the actual bench, and it showed Sergio Aguero there, the man who had to retire early due to a heart condition. You know, again, fantastic footballer. And he'll be extremely happy and made up for his nation.
Yeah, because he's probably a player that, had he not been forced
to retire, I think there's going to be another booking as well, Brad.
Yeah.
I think there may be another booking here, because Rafael Varane, I'm not sure if he's hurt himself. He looks like he's crying or something on the floor.
Wow.
But in fact, he's just been subbed off. That's why Ibrahim Konate is on. Rafael Varane has gone off. I think he's hurt himself. That, and I think he might be a little bit peed off. He's fuming.
I mean,
he's sort of the Argentinian player. When the ball went out of play, he picked the ball up and booted it into the crowd.
Yeah, and I mean, if you've got to find another, you've got to find another rabbit out of the hat. If you're if Didier Deschamps right here, and the last thing you need when you're perilously close to losing this topsy-turvy, what has eventually become a topsy-turvy World Cup final, you cannot have, especially a centre-back, raging around, going in dangerously and tackling dangerously, because he's going to get himself absolutely Zinedine Zidane and sent off if he does that. So necessary in that moment to just take him off there, and then before emotion gets the better of him. But is there another twist in it? Because, like you said, Dan, 77 minutes, just before, there was only one winner. It wasn't even a sniff. And then, at 105 minutes, beg your pardon, there was only one team that were going to win it, because France had all the momentum. And now we are here again with Argentina with the noses in front. I would not bet against one last chance in this final to change the scoreline.
Leandro Paredes has gone into the bucket. There was a bit of a melee in there, but he did foul Kingsley Coman. France do have a chance with a free kick to try and get the ball into the mix. Kingsley Coman, I think, is stood over it. He gets one played in deep. It's now on the edge with France. Played out wide to the French number 5. Poor ball, to be fair. Konate manages to save it. Can France still carve something? I think it's Toko Akambi has got the ball. France have won a corner. France have a corner.
We mentioned him earlier, and I know I put it in the comments about Arsenal selling him and winning World Cups, but what a time you wish, especially Giroud himself would be wishing, if there's one man I could have on now, on that pitch for this corner. As I've just seen the handbags at dawn. What What happened to the days where they used to do a proper man scrap like West Ham Millwall? Now it's fighting over who can get the most 10-pin bowling strikes when they fall over, isn't it?
It is. It is. Pizzella has come on for Argentina, replacing Bratton's Alexis McAllister. How would you feel with 5 minutes left of extra time, a penalty shootout looming, and you've been told you're being substituted?
I think in the moment you just it obviously depends what side of things you're on. I think if you're a French player, you're probably too distraught.
Oh my God! Sorry, Brad. Late drama. France have a penalty.
No.
France have a penalty. Gonzalo Montiel has handballed it in the box. He has handballed it.
He's pissed off
now. The ball's been shot. He's gone up like this, and it's hit him here. It's hit him here. The French have a penalty. 26.5 minutes in. Argentina fans again are looking pissed off. Mbappe could get himself a hat-trick. But will it count for nothing? Emi Martinez is the man that stands in his way. He's beat him once. He's beat him twice. Can he beat him a third time? A second time from the spot. Referee sorts out the players on the edge. Kylian Mbappe against Martinez. Sends him the wrong way, and it is 3-3. It is 3-3 and a hat-trick for Mbappe, Brad.
Well, I said, is there one more twist? I felt there was one more twist of the way the game ended and the way extra time has played out, and there most definitely was. And Mbappe that'd be an interesting stat. How many other players have scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final, Dan? Because he's now wrote himself onto a very, very prestigious list, I can imagine. I can imagine there is not many players that have that, statistic to their name. I mean,
prior to it, Brad, I can tell you one stat is that with Messi and Mbappe both having 2 goals apiece in it, at the time, it's the first World Cup final to see both teams have a player score a brace. So, regards to the World Cup hat-trick, I will try and find a stat on that. Because
2 players that this game focused around have written themselves into law, into the law of this World Cup, and for all it's worth, somehow, some way, providing one last twist of the tail, this World Cup is going the distance. Not quite the 0-0 penalty shootout that I predicted, but it looks like we have got there. And, the Arabian that was cheering for Argentina winning is sitting there not very happy that France have found a way to do this.
No, Argentina have a corner though, Brad. 29 on the clock. Argentinian corner. Messi with the ball in. Header up. France clear. Can Mbappe keep it in? It's gone out for a throw-in. But this is very, very late drama. Didier Deschamps will be made up with the fact of how much his team have had to grind everything in this game, grind out the result, grind out the performance, find another level from having absolutely nothing. And France come forward. Can they kill it off? Can there be another twist in the pendulum? Ball played over. Header, it's touched. Emi Martinez. Oh, I thought it was beating him.
You know what? I got asked a question earlier by someone in your chat, Dan, and I instantly have to change my answer. This what in total probably 45 minutes in football has emulated this World Cup final to easily top 3 materialist, but end. I mean, what a way to end a World Cup. You know, one that will be in the history books for all different kind of reasons, for controversy, for being at winter, for the finalists, for the obviousness of Mbappe and Messi making the final. But wow, I mean, 77 minutes. If you'd have told me, Dan, that, that the game was going to be in extra time and it'd be 3-3 and we'd be seconds away from penalty shootout, and I told you to leave the room and go and sort your life out. But here we are at 3-3. What a game we are seeing. You know what I mean? I'd have called you bonkers if you'd have told me this was going to be 3-3 after 77 minutes.
Well, this is where the penalty takers are being brought on, Brad. Dybala has come on for Tagliafico for Argentina. And Disasi has come on for Jules Koundé. So I'm guessing they've gone for people who've got a little bit more penalty prowess.
Wow.
There is 3 minutes added on, and we have played just under a minute and a half. Literally just now at a minute and a half. So a minute and a half left in this before we find out who's going to win this World Cup in the dreaded penalty lottery. Unless anything happens in these dying seconds.
And for all of you viewing this on my half of the stream, I can safely tell you that by the time Dan knows the World Cup final winner, we'll still be waiting in anticipation.
Hold on, Argentina are through. I think he's offside. Oh! It is. It's been pulled back for offside, but...
They're surely going to check it, though, if it's...
He is off. Is he? Yeah, Martinez is off. Neither team wants to lose. This just goes to show why these two teams are in the final, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And you're right. At this point now, especially, not just the obviousness with their substitutions, but you don't want to lose this game now. Especially Argentina, for all their hard work, for all the times, twice in this game, finding themselves in front. Strangely enough, the French didn't surrender and give up. They came back fighting. They found a way. And now, whilst the lotteries are a penalty and probably the cruelest way most people say to lose a game, you just don't want to lose it to a cruel 123rd minute goal. You'd hate to lose any particular...
Well, both teams have just had a chance, Brad. Both teams have just had a chance. France came through at the other end. Great save by Emi Martinez with his foot. Kolo Akambe, all he has to do is put it past him. Straight up the other end. Lautaro Martinez has a header, a little bit weak, goes wide. But both having dying chances. We are at the end of the 3. The ball's been kicked out by the keeper. We're just waiting for the noise of the official to come.
You know what, Dan? Being about a minute or so behind you, it's obviously going to make penalties interesting. I'm relying on your commentary for the pens. But I've just seen a highlight of that Martinez offside. I'm not sure, Martinez might really rue not putting that in the back of the net and potentially winning the game for Argentina, because as offside as he looked, and we know that the offside rule is very construed at the best of times, let's be honest, but his feet definitely look level with the defender. It's really interesting to see. Obviously, it doesn't matter now in hindsight, it's a wonderful thing, but will Argentina rue not at least putting that chance in the back of the net to not have it checked? Because from that replay that I've just seen, there's an argument that he might have just been onside. That's a wonderful save by Martinez at the other end, like you said as well.
Definitely. Well, we are going to penalties, Brad. It has been decided.
I am relying on you for updates. I will give you my prediction on miss or score if you want, just to keep me involved, because I'm a minute behind.
Definitely. But this game has had twists and turns. It is going to a dreaded penalty shootout. Argentina, France, 3-3 after extra time. Who'd have thought the France could have had this sort of fight back? Because in terms of history and war, they've not really been that great. Football has done the talking for France, but we're here. We're here right now. This World Cup has had it all, everything. Scaloni's men will be a little bit peeved that they let that 2-goal lead slip. Didier Deschamps will be very happy with his substitutions that he's made. Tactically, got it spot on, and managed to get themselves back into this game twice, which shows the characters he has in that squad. He's just currently giving he looks angry in what he's trying to tell them, but I'm sure it's something along the lines of "Go and effing win it, boys," something like that.
Effing penalty.
I'm going to see if there's a stat regarding that about a hat trick. There you go. There you go, Brad. I found one.
Go on.
Kylian Mbappe is only the second player to score a World Cup hat trick.
Well, there you go.
Do you know who the first was?
Didn't we do it?
It was Jeff Hurst against Germany in '66.
Yeah, I was thinking that's the only one I could remember in a final.
Jeff Hurst might as well just sit there now and think, it's pointless me doing TV and media now. I'm irrelevant. Mbappe's now joined the crew. But this is only the third World Cup final to go to penalties. There was Italy versus France in 2006 and Brazil versus Italy in 1994.
Right. Who's your money on then, Dan? Hypothetically, because we're all skint. But
I'm going to say Argentina.
Oh.
I'm going to say Argentina. I just think in terms of penalties, they've been brilliant, and so has Emi Martinez as a shot stopper in penalty shootouts. I think he's been brilliant.
Yeah, see, I'm in a worse predicament because every team I predict to do well has obviously failed. So do I say France in the hope that they balls it up and then Argentina win it, or do I say Argentina because I hope that they win it and pray that I break my jinx? I'll let the people in the comments decide. Should I just keep my mouth shut and not say, or should I try and jinx it for someone? Let me know before we get underway. But keep me informed of who's taking first. Keep me informed.
It will be Argentina, I think, that's going to be taking the first pen. I think. I'm not sure. Not sure. It's just showing the keeper shake hands. In fact, no, I think it's France taking the first pen. I think France are going to take the first pen. Emi Martinez heads towards the goal. I think it's in front of the French fans as well, not the Argentinians. I'm not sure.
Must have won the coin toss there.
However, we did say about how's the penalty shootout going to be. Kylian Mbappe is the first man to come up and take his third spot kick of the day. It is in front of the Argentinians, I think. Chris says here, one of the best finals ever, deserves its conclusion to end on penalties. I apologise to my neighbours and parents for shouting the house down. First penalty, Mbappe from the spot. 3 pens, 3 goals. But 4 goals in total for Mbappe. The French, take the lead. Martinez went the right way. In fact, again, gets a hand to it, but just can't keep it out. And next up to take the spot kick for Argentina, would you believe it?
He's scoring.
The man of the moment, Lionel Messi.
Yeah, he's scoring. Don't worry about that.
Turfite says, you will know this, Dan, but for others, who was the last team to win the English trophy? To win the English trophy? Hold on. Messi up against Hugo Lloris.
He's sending him the wrong way.
Steps up. The thing is, it's a simple one. It's just simple. Great finish by Messi. His penalties are a bit weak sometimes, Messi's. Even Lloris hesitated, thought he could get there. But Messi buries it. It's 1-1 on the penalty front.
Who's up next for France, Dan?
Just seeing Messi walk back. Nobody for France has come forward yet. Or the camera's not panned to anyone. Oh, it's Kingsley Coman.
I tell you what, keeper's getting the glove onto it.
Oh, and you are spot on, Brad, because Emi Martinez has just made the save. Martinez saves it. Kingsley Coman misses from the spot. Goes the same way as Mbappe to the keeper's right-hand side. Martinez, you know what? It sort of, he dives down. Well, he dives that way, mirrored camera. Dives this way. The ball goes straight through his hands and hits him in the chest.
I mean, very good goalkeeper Martinez for penalty saves. So is Lloris, top quality keepers for this situation. But you know, I've just seen
this one, Brad.
Oh, he should roll this in.
Scored
right in the corner.
Scored straight down the middle.
Oh, he did a cheeky, did he?
Straight down the middle, and Lloris nearly did a dudek and got his foot to it.
Oh, who's up for France then?
Fox says Lautaro Martinez couldn't finish a biscuit.
You know what? I think after all the trials and tribulations, I think he's putting it over whoever's up now.
I'm not sure what's gone on. Emi Martinez. Looks like a man possessed. It's Tuchemeni, I think, who's stepping up for this.
Oh, that's never good. That's got all the omens of a missed penalty for me, mate. I'm saying he's putting it wide or over.
Well, he steps up from the spot and he's missed it. He's sent it wide.
Oh, the penalty call.
Emi Martinez went the right way again. Emi Martinez went the right way. So I think even if it was on target, he would have saved it. And Emi Martinez is just looking at the crowd going,
giving it the old tonic.
Argentina have the upper hand.
This penalty in off the post.
In off the post. Big call. I'm not sure what his name is that's taking it. But he steps up. And it's straight past Lloris. It's Paredes. Paredes who's got it.
Oh, I didn't quite get that spot on like my last few, but I got it wrong.
In the post, to be fair, was not far off.
Considering I'm a good minute and a half behind, I'm doing well to predict these. So if Argentina score now, then does that mean they've won?
If France missed this,
France, yeah, France. I reckon
France missed this, Argentina have won the World Cup.
He'll score it, but it will count for nothing. And I've just seen that miss. That was a horrid penalty. Keeper was smiling before he dragged it wide. You know what? Fair play. Mbappe could have been a Ronaldo when he missed it, but instead he claps his teammates trying to encourage him.
Toko Akambe from the spot slots it away.
But unfortunately for France, for all their hard work, it's all about to be undone because they're about to slot home the winning penalty here, Argentina.
Who's stepping up for this one? Who's going to be the man of the moment?
Is Alvarez taken one?
I think it might be Alvarez now. Oh, no, it's... Not sure who this is. Either way, he has the chance to win the World Cup for Argentina. Ball on the spot.
He's scoring
up against Lloris. He's done it. Montel has done it. He takes his shirt off. He's crying into his shirt. But there is confirmation, ladies and gents. FIFA World Cup champions goes to Argentina. Lionel Messi finally gets it. finally gets the World Cup to add to his repertoire.
Well done. Well done.
There's not so much running around the pitch from Argentina. There's no players running around giving it all this. They are literally huddled. They are in tears. I'm sure once it finally sinks in,
the emotion drains from you and that sense of euphoria here. For those of you that are just tuning in on Brad TV, can Argentina win the World Cup? No spoilers alert. But no, honestly, I mean, in the end, despite all the fight back from France and the effort, which you have to applaud, but in the end, Argentina and Messi get the job done. And I just wonder now, is that one of the moments that maybe come the end of the season, Messi says, thanks very much. You know, gives it a J from in between and says, football completed it, mate. I'm done.
You've got to think, even though we're Englishmen and we're aggrieved at the hand of God and stuff, Diego Maradona is probably looking down on this squad, absolutely ecstatic at the achievement.
Oh, I bet you he's on that line. I mean, touchline. Yeah, oh, controversy on stream. But no, you know, as a neutral, that like you said, had to choose between his left leg and his right leg in a sense. It's, you know, from being asked the question to now, this is definitely up there. It's one of the best World Cup finals, especially for its ending. I mean, it kind of played true to the script if you were watching it, weren't you? One team looked like they were coasting, then France looked like they might just cause the biggest upset and turn it all on its head. And then when it came down to penalties, you had that feeling, had France given it all and they were going to fall at the final hurdle, I would not be surprised now if, I wouldn't say during an interview or anything like that. I'm sure they won't ask him that. And if they do, if you're a journalist that asks Messi if this is his final game for Argentina, you're an idiot because you're going to get a punch. But
let him enjoy the moment.
I would not be surprised if he goes arrivederci, as they would say, you know, and says, I've done all I wanted to achieve for my national side. And maybe, even though people would argue he's got a few years left in him in club football, he might even take a French title home with PSG and wrap it up there. You never know. Be a sad day. We know it's going to happen. But you could
we
not.
We are looking, Brad, aren't we? We are looking at one of the greatest footballers of our generation.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, there's a reason for years on end his name has been mentioned with the likes of, you know, Pele and players like that have gone by. He is this generation's modern version of it, you know. And you know what? One guy there who'll just see with his Argentina shirt off, Sergio Aguero. I don't know if he's part of the backroom staff or whatever, if he's just there for a personal invite. But that's a nice touching feeling for him. I hope he gets to enjoy the moment with him because he's a player that I think
it says it all about it being Messi's final one, isn't it? Because of how many people are just showing their love and support to him.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, we talked about Ronaldo and Messi. And I think the biggest difference is, you know, them lads are around him there, and you know, I don't speak. You know, I can't speak the language that they speak, the Argentinians. I can't translate anything they're saying. But you imagine the way they're hugging and embracing him. They're saying, "We did that for you." You know, like you said, then you feel like anyone else, like Ronaldo or Neymar, you know, not to tarnish it if they'd have done it or anything, but you'd have felt like they'd have gone, "I did it for me." You know, you don't. This is very unique to see that a country has come together to make, obviously, their dream and the country's dream together as well. But it almost feels like it's to bring the GOAT's dream home, and they've done it.
Yeah.
And a man who people can get retired from international football had almost gave up on the idea that it was ever going to happen for him, came out of retirement a few years back, didn't he? He gave up with Argentina. He'd had enough of losing finals. His heart was broken. He couldn't do it anymore. And now the best decision he made in his life has paid dividends.
I don't know why everyone's going on about Messi, though. I mean, feel for Alexis McAllister. The lad's just gone to Qatar, won a World Cup, and now has to go back to Brighton.
I know the poor bastard's still going to think, people are still going to think that Scottish imposters on the pitch for Argentina. But you know what? I'm sure he won't mind. I'm sure he won't care. I don't think he'll give a jot if he was going back to Blackpool, Brighton, or Bosnia. If he's going back there with a World Cup winners medal, he won't care if you're coming down the back ends of Accrington, mate. If you're going back there with that, you're happy days. You're enjoying it.
Foxy says there, France for me, bang average this tournament. Just helps having the best player in the world. Yeah, without Mbappe, they'd have been naff. They'd have been absolutely dog shit.
You're literally talking a one-man performance has got the game to where it is, because without his spatial awareness and his ability to take penalties by the looks of things, France would have lost this in 90 minutes. Definitely.
I'm going to wrap this up. I must say thank you to everybody, all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers, the regulars, the OGs, everybody who's been in throughout this World Cup journey. As I say, it has finally ended, and domestic football for your clubs is going to be back. As I say, the Burnley ones, Burnley have been back. The Championship has been back for last 2 weeks, but I'm going to wrap it up and watch the ceremony and the lifting of the trophy and have some tea as well. But thank you very much for coming on, Brad. You've definitely helped take my mind away from things being on my own and pondering, so I really appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. Mate. Thank you, everybody, for the love and support. You've been great, and I can't wait to keep bringing you the content you deserve. So thank you very much. Nate says it was always Messi's World Cup. The football gods just wanted to give us suspense along the way. There is that. Rene says greatest career, Messi as well. Totally agree. But as I said, they are the winners. The FIFA World Cup champions are Argentina at the Lusail Stadium. France will feel aggrieved, but it is Argentina's time to shine. Thanks, everybody, for the support. Thank you for watching. If I don't speak to people that have been in the chat already, then prior to Christmas, then have a good one and a great new year. But from us and this World Cup, Argentina are the champions, and a great cracking send-off to Lionel Messi. See you for the Manchester United watch-along on Wednesday. But until then, arrivederci, motherfucker.